I have to put a compression bandage on because I don't know what happened to my hand. On Wednesday morning, I have a day off. On Wednesday morning, I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to garden. And it's winter in Australia, so I had to wait till 7 a.m. But basically from 7 a.m., no, it's autumn. From 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. in the morning, I was shoveling. And I think I sprained my wrist through pure overuse. So here we are with a sprained wrist and a compression bandage. I can go like that, but it hurts. But I can't go like how that up. That actually feels better than it did. But anyway, I need to stop moving it. It's the point. It's a super mild sprain, so it's fine. But because I've done that, I can't do a lot of stuff. So I can't make a lot of stuff. I also can't brush my hair. I'm left-handed, if you're wondering, and that is my left hand. I can brush my hair, but it's hard, so I'm not gonna do it until tomorrow. And that's why I look like a really tired mum, because I'm in a cardigan in my wrist brace with my messy hair and no makeup on, and my acne on full show because I am ovulating and that's when I break out, apparently. And I am going to show you some of the projects that I've been working on and where I'm up to with a lot of them. One thing I could do, I can't brush my hair, but I could go outside and garden. One thing I could do this morning was garden with my right hand. And basically what I did was I went outside and I split up a ton of plants and replanted the baby plants in new spots. So currently the garden is going through an ugly duckling stage, which I like to do at the beginning of autumn, because by the time winter is over and spring starts to come, a lot of plants that I've replanted and moved and tried to propagate and stuff like that are really established in their root system, and they just kind of spring to life, as, you know, we call it spring. Yippity-dee-dah. It hurts when I try to do that. It hurts when I run my fingers through my hair. So I'm going to show you some of my plans for my garden and some of my project plans and maybe some of the sketches for landscaping and for landscaping and my office. Also, I'm refurbishing this chair, but apparently not today with this broken ass wrist. Okay, here's my trash pile, and by trash pile I mean wood pile. So I've got big plans for all of this wood, well, some of this wood, and that is to build a garden arbor going up this path and to refence and do a bunch of refencing and basically build a really pretty picket fence all around our garden. Something I didn't know that you could do is you could actually propagate penstemon from, well, the stem, which is, you know, fun and fresh and cool. See how you've got all these little nodules that pop out that become either leaves or roots? You can basically cut everything at one of these nodules and create a whole new plant that will take root. It's really cool. So yeah, these are all roots. You could like slice off this whole section here and have a whole new plant. So that's what I've done. And I've planted, I think, somewhere between 4 and 6 new penstemons in my garden. And then I did the same with the carnations. They haven't flowered yet. And this is what I mean about an ugly duckling phase in my garden. I've also got hollyhock over here with a bunch of seedlings, a lot of onion and some nasturtium that I also took off a mother plant. I separated out some of this strawberry and put it in this plot over here. So you can see more of my carnations that have been moved. I've been digging up all these irises that someone had planted well before we moved into this house, and they had had a million new bulbs growing beneath the surface of the place they'd been planted in, and I dug them all up and separated them carefully, and I ended up with literally enough irises to plant every foot, maybe, around the entire border of our garden. So there's a penstemon over there, and here's the strawberries. New strawberry plant and a lot of dill. Here is a nasturtium that was also from the mother plant. Here is my tomato plant that I think I need to rip out and put in the compost because it's too cold for him now. Here is a California poppy that's coming back, California poppy that's blooming, Icelandic poppies that are slowly getting bigger and bigger, raspberry and Icelandic poppy. I moved some California poppy over here just for a little bit more interest. I planted this new dahlia actually. I don't think it's gonna flower until spring. This is my Erigeon, which is going pretty crazy. This spreads via rhizome and self-seeds like constantly. So I've been ripping up a ton of Erigeon and just putting it wherever I want in the garden. But what I do basically is I dig up a little, or I get a fork and I pull it out by the root. The little mini plants that are coming up this big plant because it's massive. And I just put them in places where I want more Erigeon and try to keep them really wet until they take root. I think it's better to do it when you have some root already on the plant as opposed to trying to create a seedling from just a cutting. I've done the same with this Biden. It grows similarly to a lot of other plants where it will kind of grow baby plants on all of these little nodules. As you can see, these little baby leaves. So if you plant those pretty deep in the ground and keep them wet, they generally take. I put a few up here. This is the main part that I've been putting all my frig plants in because this is where I'm going to put my garden arbor. So I've got to cut out a few things. I've built this as a kind of temporary garden wall because I have there's a big bottle brush tree that I need to tame and trim in order to put my arbor in. But for now, what's going on is basically I let a ton of my plants go to seed, which I always enjoy doing because I think it's really fun to see them pop up again. And then I've also separated other plants, so you can see carnation, sweet pea, cosmos, more carnations, some Bidens, and some little irises in here that I put all the way up to our mailbox. And basically my arbor is gonna go, this post I put in the other day, so this is gonna have a solar powered lantern on top of it, and then some picket fencing is gonna go back to here, and in here is where I'm gonna start the arbor. So another really like a 2 meter tall pole is gonna be inserted in here, painted white, and some like climbing plants and roses are meant to grow on top. And in here, which will be outside of the fence, there's one of my many oh my god, what are they called? My mini iris tubers that I have no place for because there's so bloody many of them. So I put a ton of autumnal seeds in here, like cornflower, fairy floss, I think it's called, no, candy tuft, not fairy floss. More irises. I've separated a ton of bulbs out, Bidens, Erigeon that I've planted, carnation, whole plants, and penstemon. So hopefully throughout autumn all of these will take root and look really beautiful when they start fluffing up. Pretty much everything should take root. This is all really good soil. I've mixed a ton of compost into it. It's been raining. There's tons of leaves and other garden scrap in here as well. That should be good. Oh, here's another bloody tuber and another tuber. Oh my god, there's so many. I don't know if these are good. I don't see any leaving on them, but this one has, some of them I did accidentally cut with a shovel when I was digging out. This one has roots. Yeah, it's crazy. There were so many. I don't think anyone had ever dug them out. Yeah, I had sweet peas growing in the garden that have just started to self-seed and pop up again now that the weather's colder. So I put them here so that they can climb up the arbor in autumn. Plan is put a rose bush here, so like that. And then this is a brand new bed under a bottle brush tree that I have made so far entirely of free plants. So Erigeon at the side there, another carnation from my mother carnation plant, another penstemon, another Biden, some sweet peas over here. There's some weeds in there too that I've got to get and pull out. Irises, marigold, more irises up here and here. Yeah, and same with this one. All either seeds or just plants from around the garden that needed new homes because they were getting crowded. This here is a chrysanthemum that I'm hoping will root.